What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Idiocracy. Um, I have seen this movie in the past, but let me tell you what, it's been quite a while since I've seen the entire movie, and I remembered a majority of it, but there was like quite a bit that I forgot. So, basically, wait, let me take a sip real quick. Yeah, I'm sipping a adult beverage, and this video is coming out early in the morning. Basically, uh, I I'm recording two videos in one day because I'm working a lot of like long days back to back. So I wanted to get another video out this week, and I thought it would be funny to not even disclose the fact that uh, I recorded this video at night. I think it would be funny to just record all my videos at night and just drink beers and in all the videos and just upload the video at like 9 a.m. in the morning and just have people like that'll be like my whole shtick moving forward. Like, yeah, who do you watch on YouTube? Oh, I watch that movie reviewer who doesn't edit his videos and he just sips beers at 9 a.m. in the morning. That guy rules. But anyways, that's why I'm wearing the same shirt too. If anyone who watched my previous video is watching this video and is like, not only does this guy drink early in the morning, he also doesn't shower and wears the same shirt every day. I promise you, I do shower, I moisturize, I trim, I keep a trim figure, I trim my facial hair, all of that. I trim my nose hairs. TMI. But anyways, I do shower, I do change my clothes, but I'm just recording a couple videos in the same day because I'm working like extra hours this week. So I do this as like a hobby. So I was like, I could get two videos, but I really want to watch three movies and I want to do three videos this week. I'm really trying to build my channel. I'm trying to get 80 million subscribers. I'm trying to get monetized. Friend requests from all the top celebrities, girls in my DMs. I'm about to be famous. But anyways, yeah, I'm rambling here, but I just wanted people to know that I'm not an alcoholic. Like if they watch this video at 11 a.m. in the morning and they're like, "Why is he drinking a beer?" It's like 10:30 p.m. as I'm recording. It might even be later. I don't know. I don't have a timer on this camera. It's a 4K camera, but it doesn't even have a timer on it. What the F? I spent like $900 on this thing. I bought this like 5 years ago or something. $900, and it doesn't even tell the time. What the heck? I gotta throw it in the garbage. But yeah. Anyways, I I have seen this movie previously in its entirety, but I haven't rewatched it in quite a while, and like I said, I wanted to get two videos done today, and I've been doing a lot of horror movies on the channel. I'm a big horror fan, but my whole plan for the channel is just to kind of wing it and kind of go freeform and do whatever movies I feel like. That's the whole vibe here. So I am a big horror fan, but I don't only watch horror movies because I'm not a crazy person. So sometimes I do actually watch other movies. So I was like, I did like 9 horror movies in a row, and just a disclaimer. I don't if I'm not watching if I'm not like doing a review, I don't watch movies. Like I only do reviews when I have either like a full day off from work or like a short day. Like if I have sometimes I have like a 5 hour, a 6 hour shift, then I'll do a video too. But if I'm working like a 8 hour day or an 11 hour day, like I'm not gonna do a video. So basically, whenever, like, all the movies that I watch on here, like those are the only movies that I watch. So that piece of information might make people think I'm crazy because I watch a lot of like schlocky, weird B movies on the channel. But I mean, even before I started doing this whole YouTube thing, like that's just what I would watch. Like I just like weird stuff. Like I don't care. Like whatever. Like, you know, people have like guilty pleasures, blah blah blah. I don't care. Like I like what I like. So, you know, sue me. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. I was, you know, wanting to get another video done, wanting to watch another movie, because I like watching movies. That's what I like to do on my days off. And basically, you know, I have not seen this movie in a while, and it was actually expiring from Tubi in a couple days. So I thought, hey, what the heck? You know, I've watched so many consecutive horror movies. I love horror, but I'm kind of burnt out. Let me look for another comedy. Let me look for something short. This was around an hour and 25 minutes, so I'm like, hey, let me rewatch Idiocracy. And the last time, or like whatever previous times, I've probably seen this a couple times over the years, but the previous times that I've watched this, I have enjoyed it. Like I recall liking it, and there's actually some like little lines from the movie that I totally butcher and say wrong, but I actually quote from the movie. So basically, you know, at one point in the movie they're like basically Luke Wilson's character Joe, aka Not Sure, is trying to, you know, solve all these problems, and they're watering the crops with this like Gatorade drink called Brando, and then all the people in the White House are like, it's what plants crave. It's got electrolytes. So whenever I'm at work, you know, like, you know, as you can tell from, you know, me, I'm sipping right now. It's 10 o'clock at night. Totally healthy hour to sip adult beverages. But as you can tell from the video, and I've like mentioned this in other videos, you know, I like sipping some adult beverages. So here's the thing with sports drinks, okay? I saw this on the internet the other day. So I'm not being witty here. I'm not being like innovative here by saying this. I'm not saying anything new, but basically sports drinks are for two extremes, for like two ends of the spectrums. There's two kinds of people who drink sports drinks, and nobody else drinks sports drinks, okay? Like nobody just casually drinks sports drinks, all right? You don't just pick up a Gatorade. Some everyday average Joe doesn't pick up a Gatorade. You pick up a Gatorade for two purposes. Either you're an elite athlete, or you're like a big drinker, okay? So these days I'm all broken up. I got, you know, I'm all messed up with health problems and stuff. Like nothing crazy. Like I'm above ground and stuff, but I'm all broken up. I'm all broken up over here, bitch. But anyways, you know, I'm not an extreme athlete these days. Back in the day I was. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, like I'm not an extreme athlete, but I sip some adult beverages here and there. So I always, at work, like I'll have like a big Gatorade or a big Powerade. I always get the zeros. I always mess with like the zero sugar pops and Gatorades and stuff like that. But I always sip like a big Gatorade at work because I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have a couple drinks after work, and I don't wanna, you know, get dehydrated. So I'll have like a big energy drink. So yeah, that, I mean, if I used to work with a bunch of I was like working this one construction job, and it was like a very brief thing where I was like in between jobs, and I worked this construction job, and it was only like addicts and alcoholics that worked at this job. And this one guy, like, I was the only person there who didn't have a DUI, so I would just drive everyone around in this big like death truck. Like, they're like, yeah, you know, it's so top heavy, like if you make one wrong turn it'll crush us and we'll die. And I'm like, oh cool, thank you for telling me that. And sometimes the one woman who was driving, she was like a opiate addict, and she would drive it, and she would be on Facebook while driving it. And that was really nice. Even, you know, especially after the fact that they told me that if we made one wrong turn, the top of the vehicle could like smash us. If we were to roll over, we would just be crushed. But anyways, I would drive around this one gentleman. He was like an alcoholic, and he would just like be like, hey, could you drive me to that corner store? And he would just pick up, I don't know, like the sizes of like containers of liquor, but he would just grab like the big old thing of vodka. Maybe it's like a pint. I don't know what the sizes are called. I'm just like, could I have that size bottle? But anyways, only nerds like know what the fucking size is. Like, is it a pint? Is it a fifth? I don't know that shit. But anyways, he would get like the big thing of vodka, and I would just like drive him around to we would like go to like the job site or go to the dump, and I would just like drive him around. He would just be sipping vodka, and he was like, yeah man, if you're drinking, he would like put me hip. He would tell me like prison stories, and he would like put me hip about like drinking tips and stuff. And like we went to the casino, and he like taught me how to gamble, and he's like, this is how you play blackjack and stuff. But anyways, he's like, yeah, dude, if you're drinking some drinks, if you're getting effed up, he's like, you gotta keep the Pedialyte on deck. You gotta keep the Gatorade on deck. I have it at night. I have it in the morning. If you're drinking, you gotta have that. So yeah, ever since then, if I'm having a couple of drinks, I always have the electrolyte beverages on deck. But back to what I was initially, I know I didn't like enunciate initially. I meant to say I can't really speak while I'm sick and all that. But anyways, what I was initially saying was I drink Gatorades at work because, you know, I try to keep it hydrated because I'm having some drinks. So basically, whenever I'm like sipping a Gatorade or a Powerade or whatever, I'm always like, it's what the body craves. It's got electrolytes. And I'll like say that to myself, or I'll say that to my coworkers, and I'll like have my eyes go all crazy, and I'll like kind of, you know, talk with my hands and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's what the body craves. So I've always liked that line, and I've said that for years. So this video, I know I haven't even talked about the movie yet. This video is going to be different. This is like my old style. This is like a throwback. Basically like when I started the channel, my first couple videos I did at night when I was like a couple drinks deep, and I just rambled and freestyled it even more than I usually freestyle it. So, you know, if I'm going off on a lot of tangents and rambling in this video, that's because it's a whole different vibe. It's nighttime, I'm vampire mode, vampire status, and like I'm like Playboy Cardi status right now, King Vamp, that's me. Yeah, I'm vampire status, and you know, if I sip a couple of drinks, I'm like a little bit more long-winded and talkative. Usually I get to the point. I'm just trying to get these videos done, get them uploaded, because I got shit to do. I'm trying to do some other shit, you know. But no, I have fun doing them, but like, you know, I don't want them to be too long because nobody will watch it. But yeah, if people are watching this and they're like, why is he not even talking about the movie? Why is he just rambling? This is a throwback video. This is like my early days. Watch my first couple videos. I was sipping a couple of drinks and I was rambling. So that's why this video is so is even more loosey goosey than my normal videos. But anyways, I'll get into the movie eventually, and this is gonna be a long video. Maybe no one will watch it, but maybe it'll be fun. Maybe it'll be a fun vibe. I'm not gonna redo this. I'm not gonna do another take. I think this is tight so far. I'm feeling it. This is a good vibe. We're having fun, so I'm gonna keep going. But actually, now that I'm probably 30 minutes into the video, just kidding, I know it's not that long, but yeah, now that I'm this deep into the video, I might as well get in the movie. So let me get back on track and refocus. But, you know, I did want to mention that electrolyte line, because I do say that quite a bit in everyday life. So, my overall consensus of the movie, the last time that I watched it, I've seen it a couple times over the years. The last couple times that I've seen it, I've enjoyed it. This time, once again, I thought it was a super solid movie. Very funny, great social commentary, likable characters, great story, fantastic movie. I really like all these 2000s movies, like 2000s comedies, 2000s horror films. You could still kind of get away with a lot of raunchy comedy in the 2000s. Nowadays, you really couldn't get away with a lot of stuff that was included in this movie. So I kind of like that. And yeah, let me, now that I gave you all my general thoughts, I'm going to get into a little plot summary. So the at the beginning of the movie, there's this whole introduction that kind of explains the fact that, you know, natural selection is not really a thing anymore. Like, you don't necessarily have to be, like, the smartest genes are not necessarily always passed on nowadays. A lot of the times, you know, smarter people will wait to have kids because they're like, well, the economy is not great and it's not the right time, and you know, all these stupid motherfuckers will have like 36 kids. So basically, in the reality that the movie takes place, like the future is like overpopulated with stupid people, because, you know, stupid people just reproduced at a higher rate than smart people, and there's just like an abundance of dumb individuals. So that's how the movie starts off. You get that little introduction, but the movie centers around Joe, who's played by Luke Wilson, and he's a librarian in the United States Army. It's like the chillest gig in the Army. He just kind of sits around. He is the most average individual in every way. He's kind of a slacker. So he is picked for this experiment where they're trying to like freeze people for a year to see if they can, you know, freeze people for long durations of time and then bring them back. So they're like, well, this guy, he's the most average person. He doesn't have any immediate family, so he's the perfect candidate. So they freeze him, and then they freeze Rita, who's played by Maya Rudolph, and she's not in the armed forces. She's like a sex worker, and she agrees to do it for money, and, you know, to like get away from her pimp and stuff. So basically, Joe and Rita are supposed to be frozen for a year, but you know, the guy who was running the experiment, he started hanging with the pimp, with Rita's pimp named Upgrade, and he got busted for this whole He was in this whole like ring where he was kind of like soliciting sex work, and he kind of became a pimp or affiliated with pimps. So the whole project got shut down and abandoned, and Joe and Rita, they were never like awakened from this like cryogenic chamber. I don't know if it's cryogenic, but whatever, that's what we're gonna go with. So they were never like awakened. The project was just abandoned. So one day in the year, I believe it's 2550, there's this giant like garbage avalanche, and basically, you know, it's an avalanche of garbage, and Joe and Rita are in this pile of garbage, and they are awakened, and it's the year 2550, and they're like, what the F? And they're trying to survive in the future. There's quite a few trials and tribulations they go through. You know, Joe gets arrested. He is sent to jail because he doesn't have this like barcode tattoo on his hand, and basically they're just trying to survive in this weird new landscape, and eventually they so like early on when Joe was arrested, they realize that he doesn't have the little barcode tattoo, and then they're like, okay, you have to get the barcode tattoo and you have to take an IQ test. And later on, after Joe escapes from prison, he is found, and he's sent to the White House because the president realized that his IQ test was the highest IQ test out of anyone in the entire world. So he's the smartest person in the entire world, and they make him the what is he, like the Secretary of Interior or something like that, and he's supposed to like solve all the world's problems. So for the rest of the movie, he's trying to solve all these world problems, as well as he's trying to find a time machine, because this character Frito, who's played by Dax Shepard, he's kind of Joe's buddy, and he's he kind of like helps him out and stuff. So Joe is trying to find this time machine, and he's also under the pressure of solving all these world problems so he can get a pardon from the president and not go to jail. So that is the basic plot summary. For most of my random thoughts, let me take a sip real quick. For most of my random thoughts, it's not really going to be about the comedy stuff for this movie. It's mostly going to be about like the social commentary and kind of parallels to real life. I feel like this is one of those movies that you know, this movie's probably been, you know, talked about to death about, oh, it's not a satire, it's a documentary, like how people talk about John Carpenter's They Live, like, oh, that's not a movie, that's a documentary, that's, you know, that's it's not fictional, that's real, that's, you know, that's what's happening today. Like, a lot of people say that, so what I'm saying is probably not anything new. A lot of the stuff that I say in these videos isn't groundbreaking, but that's just the stuff that I wrote down, and the stuff that initially came to my mind. Like, the comedy stuff was really good in this, but I don't know, I'm just trying to talk about like kind of like parallels to real life, because I feel like even since this came out, like this came out in 2006 and it's, you know, 2024 now, like so much has changed. Like I haven't even, you know, I'm not even that old. Like I'm like 26, but like from when I was growing up to like how it is now, like I feel like a lot of stuff has changed. So if you're like a little bit older, you probably noticed a change like quite a bit more significantly. Like stuff has changed, and I feel like this movie is more relevant than ever. So the first point that I want to get into is um, the entertainment that the people in the future are watching in this movie. So Frito, sorry, I'm still sick, but Frito, who's played by Dax Shepard, I think I already said that, but he's like a straight up simpleton, and he like his TV has like all these channels, and they're all in these little boxes, and there's nothing to them. There's like this one channel, it's just this guy getting kicked in the nuts, and then the top movie in the year 2550 is just, it's just like, it's called Ass, and it's just like an ass the whole time, and it's like fart jokes, but there's like no story. And that kind of made me think of like, man, excuse me, I'm still sick. I'm messed up over here, but that kind of made me think of the fact that like nowadays, you know, I feel like me included, but everyone consumes such like short form media, short form entertainment, and it's like, I don't know, there's no substance to it. Like even, okay, like I'm, for the most part I watch movies and TV shows. That's what I like to watch, but you know, I don't go on social media. Like I have social media accounts, but I don't even like have them downloaded on my phone. I don't check them, and I don't have like a TikTok or anything like that. But you know, yeah, like I don't go on Instagram, but I do watch, like in addition to watching movies and TV, I do watch YouTube. And you know, there's, you know, my channel is just like popcorn. Like I just make slop. Like I just turn a camera on and talk. So like the kind of what I'm talking about is like the shit that I make, you know? So I'm not saying like that I make anything that's like groundbreaking. Like I just talk to a camera, you know? But in addition to watching a lot of movies and TVs, I do watch a lot of YouTube, and some YouTube content is very well made. People put so much time into the research and the editing and the production, but a lot of like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok content, it really is just slop. It's like this short form entertainment, and it's not like fulfilling. It doesn't fill you up. Like if you watch like a full movie, or if you're watching, you know, an episode or a couple episodes of a TV show, you kind of feel like you got that sustenance. Like, okay, I watched something that was well produced, there was a story, I feel like I got something out of it, I got some entertainment value. But like sometimes I'll just, you know, I mean, a lot of the stuff I watch on YouTube, it's just like bullshit. Like I'll just watch people talk about like eating convenience store food, or like rating a pizza, and I'm like, I mean, that's cool. Like if they got 1 million views, like good on them. Like they're getting money. Like, I mean, I I barely even have any subscribers, so like I can't talk shit. But like I'm just saying, for me, like me personally, after I watch that, or like after I watch like I'll watch like some YouTube shorts, like they're like addicting, you know? Like I'll watch a couple, and like after I'm like, what, why did I do that? Like what, like that was such a waste of time. I don't feel like I got anything out of that. Like I don't, like if you watch a movie, you feel like it's like relaxing. I took a little break. I got some entertainment value. I got some enjoyment. I got some happiness. But yeah, like I like that social commentary in the movie with like the like kind of like the short form entertainment and like the dumbed down entertainment, the real simple entertainment. Because I feel like nowadays that's so it's so common where like everyone, you know, like me included, like we're watching this like bullshit on our phones, like these like 90-second videos, these videos of some asshole like myself, you know, talking about movies, like you could be watching, you could actually be watching a movie right now, like, you know what I mean, like I mean, I like making these videos and I hope people watch them. And I watch videos like this. That's why I like started this, because that's what I watch predominantly on YouTube is like movie reviews. And I watch a lot of people who just don't edit their stuff. But I mean, I do like, I do like that point from the movie, how they're talking about you know, well, not they weren't talking about it, but how the entertainment is so dumbed down. And nowadays I feel like a lot of entertainment is, but I'm not saying that that's bad. I feel like you just have to. I stole this from, I think the guy's called Chris Gore from I forgot. He has like a movie magazine and like a website, but he's like, you have to have a varied media diet. So I think like YouTube and stuff like that. Like I'm not really on Instagram and TikTok, but if you are on that, like I think that stuff is cool in moderation, but you should also be watching like full-length movies and TV shows. Like if you just watch YouTube or if you just watch TikTok, I feel like it's not really gonna cut it. Like that's not I don't know. It's just like a waste of time. Like you gotta, that could be like a good supplement, but you still gotta watch like actual movies. You know. The next point that I want to get into is in the movie, the communication has been dumbed down, where people only talk informally and only use slang. And I feel like that's definitely a thing nowadays. I mean, with the internet and just, I don't know, like kind of music is more vulgar nowadays. I don't know. I've noticed that like people at work, they'll like swear in front of customers. When our district manager is doing a store visit, some coworkers will like swear in front of our big bosses. Um, Even when I'm in school, like in the classroom, people will talk informally. They'll use slang. They'll swear in class to the teacher, and I'm like, I've just like noticed that within the past couple of years. I'm like, this is crazy. So I thought that was like a good piece of social commentary. That's definitely relevant. The whole, there's like another kind of theme in this movie of like consumerism, where there's billboards everywhere, there's ads everywhere. People like there's this one guy on like the presidential committee, and he's saying like sponsored by Carl's Jr. every 2 seconds. Like there's this whole social commentary about consumerism, and nowadays that's more relevant than ever. There's ads everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's an ad. You can't get away from it. But what I thought of um, was I don't know if you all have this where you live or like in your states, but when they started putting like the video ads on the gas pumps when you're pumping gas, I was like kind of freaked out. I was like, this is going too far. Like, you're just trying to pump your gas, get on with your day, pump your gas and get the F on, leave. Like, you can't even pump your gas without being bombarded by 5 ads like, buy this hot dog, buy this Gatorade, buy this, buy that. Like, once that started happening and I'm like being bombarded with screens when I'm pumping my gas, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, this is whack, yo. I'm like, I don't know, this is too much. Like, I don't know. I like going on my laptop and stuff when I'm at the house, and I like looking up stuff about movies or like movie podcasts on my phone, but I really like, compared to a lot of cats nowadays, I really am not on that junk that much. Like, I'll be at work, people are on their phone at work, like scrolling Instagram, people like all day. Like, I mean, I'll like check emails and do like, if I'm out and about and I have to like check an email or do something for school or do something for work, I'll pull out the phone in public. But other than that, like, people are on the phones too much nowadays. But yeah, like that whole all the stuff about like consumerism in the movie kind of made me think of that. Like, I just initially thought of that thing where there's ads at the effing gas pumps nowadays, and so yeah, that's very relevant. And relevant. I said relevant. Elephant. I got hella. I don't know. I was gonna freestyle rap, but I'm not. I'm not gonna freestyle rap on here. It's crazy. That's insane. Okay, basically, next point. This is a crazy video. I feel like nobody's gonna watch this video. It's gonna get 0 views, maybe 1. What am I doing? The whole barcode tattoo thing. When I saw that, I was thinking like, I bet people do have this nowadays, but if they don't, I feel like this could become a thing. Not like a popular thing, not something that everyone's gonna do, but I feel like it could be a thing where you see a couple people do it and it's like a news story. Like, when I saw like when in the movie when Joe had to get the barcode tattoo, I was thinking about like, I bet in a couple of years or in a couple months people are gonna get QR tattoos of their business or their SoundCloud or whatever. Like, that's definitely gonna become a thing. And that just made me think of like, nowadays, like at work they changed it for me where we used to just clock in normally, like punch in, punch out. Now we gotta clock in on our phone. We gotta like sign in with a fingerprint. I don't do that. I just type in the code every time. Everyone else does the fingerprint. I'm like kind of conspiracy theory. I'm like, I'd rather just remember a code. Like, I don't want my fingerprint to be out there. Like, not that they're gonna do anything with it, but I don't feel like it. So yeah, like at work we gotta sign in with our fingerprint, and then we gotta use our like social security to sign in, and then like nowadays everyone's paying with their credit card on their phone, and I don't know. Like, I know that's not directly related to the whole barcode tattoo thing, but I don't know. For me personally, when Joe had the barcode tattoo and he had to use that to like enter anywhere, get access to anything, to buy anything, that just reminded me of like all that stuff that I mentioned and all this stuff that's going on nowadays. And the last point that I wrote down was that thing that I mentioned earlier, about it's what plants crave. It's got electrolytes. So I already talked about that. I don't need to talk about that. this video has probably been pretty long, and I know I didn't get that much into the movie, but I don't know. Maybe this is a bad video, maybe this is a good video, maybe people will rock with it. I really don't know. I have fun doing these videos, and I wanted to do another one this week. It's like my hobby right now, so I wanted to get another one this week. I was like two will be okay, but I'd rather get three this week. And I did want to watch another movie, so basically, I think Idiocracy. I already said this earlier, but I'm just gonna reiterate. I think Idiocracy was a very funny movie. There were so many funny lines of dialogue. There were so many funny sequences. There was like a lot of recognizable actors. You had Luke Wilson. You had Maya Rudolph. You had Dax Shepard. Justin Long was in there for a little bit. You had Terry Crews. So you had some, familiar faces. The story was good. I liked all the social commentary. I think this was just all around a good movie, and I'm glad that I revisited it. So in terms of a recommendation, I would definitely recommend this. I think this is a super solid comedy, and you'll have a fun time. You'll laugh. You'll be entertained throughout, and I think it's like I said, people have talked about this movie to death about it, being more relevant than ever. But I mean, they're saying it because it's true. This movie is more relevant than ever, and the social commentary holds up and is almost more. It almost like applies more now than it ever did. So yeah, I would recommend this movie. If you haven't checked it out, check out Idiocracy. It's a good time. So that's all I have to say about Idiocracy. I'm going to head out here. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.